Okay, today you're going to be learning about graphing inequalities. Here's your title. Make sure you put your date and the correct page numbers that your teachers told you. And make sure you're also writing down everything just like you would normally in class. Inequality, a mathematical sentence that contains the symbols below. So these symbols have different meanings. Here's our greater than symbol. Here's our less than symbol. Now some that might be a little bit different is our greater than or equal to symbol. And that shows us, or to show that it's a little bit different, is they put a line underneath the symbol. So if you think of like an equal sign, all they did was take one of the lines and put it underneath the symbol. Same thing with less than or equal to. If I have a less than or equal to, there's also a dash underneath the symbol. Another symbol you might have not seen yet is a not equal to. This is an equal sign with a slash straight through it. So remember, make sure you're copying down everything you see. Graphing inequality is going to show all the possible solutions to the inequality. So I have x is greater than 3, means any number greater than 3. So if I were to put 5 in there, that would make my solution true. Or if I were to put maybe 78 in there, that would make my solution true. Now what if I were to put 2? Is 2 greater than 3? No, this would not be a solution. Now, what if I wasn't sure and I was thinking maybe negative numbers? Is negative 2 greater than 3? No, this is also not a solution. Now, what if I put in there 3? Is 3 greater than 3? No, they are equal. So 3 is not greater than 3. Now, if I put 3.1, that would be greater than 3. So those are just a couple examples for you to see to maybe understand it a little bit better. Now when you're graphing an inequality on a number line, the variable must be on the left side of the inequality. And it's going to help you out and give you a little trick as long as you have it on the left side. So if I have my variable on the left side, I'm able to easily graph on my number line. Now with different symbols, there are different types of ways of graphing. Now if it is just a greater than symbol, we are going to have an open circle and then an arrow facing the same way as the symbol. So it's pointing this way, so that means my arrow will also go this way. It's going to include all those numbers to the right. But it's not going to include the circle or the number that is circled. So just like in my example before, if this was 3, it wouldn't include 3, but it would include 3.1. So for my second one, we have an open circle with an arrow going to the left with a less than sign. I still have my variable on the left side. Remember, it must be on the left side for this trick to work. Everything going to the left will be a possible solution. Again, with an open circle, it does not include it. Now with a filled circle, that does mean we're going to include that number in it. So it's greater than or equal to. So it's going to include it. So in this case, if I had a 3 here, it's going to say greater than or equal to. So it'd be 3 greater than or equal to. So all the numbers 3 including would be greater. Now if it was less than, we have a filled in, a closed circle, an arrow going to the left, shows that it's including that number also. So everything less than it or equal to it. Okay, we're going to start doing a couple examples. So in this case, we're going to look at our symbol. So first off, we see that we have a greater than symbol. So x is going to be bigger than -6. Okay, it's going to be bigger than -6. And we also check, is my variable on the left side? Yes, it is. So we're good to go ahead and start graphing. So I'm going to look at my number line. In this case, my number's already on the number line. I'm going to find -6. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a filled in or a closed one. I look back and I see it's just a greater than symbol. So it's just going to be an open circle. So then I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. Let's do it. So it includes all these numbers that are greater than -6. So I'm going to check myself. Okay, is 2 greater than -6? Yeah, it is. Even if I think about -5, or if I keep on going more, getting higher, 8 or so, that still is correct. So I'm able to show everything to the right, and this arrow tells me I'm going to the right. Now let's look at this one. We're going to go ahead and see that we have a less than or equal to symbol. But before we start graphing, we notice that our symbol is on the opposite side. So if it's on the opposite side, we're going to switch it. C will be here, 4 would be here, and we're also going to switch and switch the sign. So the C still has this close to it and the 1 close to the 4. Okay, so now we're able to graph it, but we don't have any numbers. What I would just go ahead and do is I would just put a 4 and maybe include numbers going up and down. So my 4 is in my middle. I'm going to look at it because it's equal to, I'm going to fill in my circle. And now my arrow is telling me that C is going to be greater than 4 or equal to 4. So then I'm going to be able to just draw my arrow this way. So it's pointing to the way that it's going to go. If we left it this way, our answer would have been incorrect. Our arrow wouldn't have shown us which way to go. So it's telling us to go to the right. Now these examples are a little bit different. So these examples are a little bit different. Instead, you're given the graph, and now we have to write the inequality. So first off, we know that we're going to work with our inequality on the left side. You can just pick any variable that you would like. I just went with x. Now I see that I have a 5, so we're going to be working with 5. And because I wrote my variable on the left side, I'm able to just draw the less than sign because my arrow is pointing this way. Now I look to see, is my 5 included in the answer? Is it filled in? And our answer is no, so we're not going to put an equal sign underneath it, or less than an equal to sign underneath it. So our answer for this case is x is less than 5. Now the next one. Here we have a different one. In this case, we're still working with 5. And we're still going to also be working with a variable. Okay, so I'm going to leave my variable. I'm just going to pick x again. Again, you can pick any variable. And 5. And it's pointing this way. So I'm able to use the greater than symbol. I'm going to look and see, is this filled in? Yes. So that means it's going to be part of our solution. So we're going to use a greater than or equal to 5. So 5 could be part of our solution. So those are just two different ways that you could see it. Now on this page, these are these 3 questions that I want you to do on your own. So when you come to school tomorrow, these are the ones that we're going to talk about. And make sure that if you have any questions to write them down so we can answer them tomorrow.